Hello and welcome to One and All. Myself Vaishnavi S. Joshi, bearing the USN 1VE 19EC 106. This is my internship presentation on web application for programming and management system under the guidance of Professor Devika S. Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. These are the contents of the presentation. Railway Factory is the place where I did my internship. It is a manufacturing unit of Indian Railways located here in Bangalore. It produces wheels, axles, and wheel sets of railroad wagon, coaches, and locomotives. In comparison to other railway units, RWF stands out due to its online information processing and integrated data processing modules that facilitates data sharing across departments. In this project, we developed web pages for Management Information Service MIS department. It is responsible for achieving high-level automation in the area of information processing in all business activities. The developed web pages allow administrators to view data collected on a daily basis, displayed in tables and grids. The project was developed using ASP.NET and MS SQL, allowing for the integration of web development and database management technologies. Introduction. In order to handle and analyze large amounts of data collected by factory, a software solution has been developed. This software allows administrator to view data on a daily basis and visualize the data in a meaningful way. The software has been built using ASP.NET and MS SQL as discussed before. Before learning about ASP.NET, let us know what front end means. Front-end refers to the part of website or application that the user interacts with directly. It includes the visual design, layout, and user interaction elements such as buttons, forms, menus, and text. Front-end developers use programming languages such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to create these elements and ensure that they work correctly across different devices and browsers. ASP.NET is a web application framework developed by Microsoft that allows developers to build dynamic web applications, websites, and services. It provides a programming model, a comprehensive software infrastructure, and various services required to build a robust web application for PC as well as mobile devices. It supports three main programming forms: MVC, which is Model View Controller, Web Forms, and Web Pages. Authentication, master sites, and other features are all incorporated within ASP.NET MVC architecture. It is a lightweight display structure that is simple to evaluate. Backend. It refers to the part of website or application that runs behind the scenes and is not visible to the user. It includes the server-side logic, database management, and other processes that enable the front end to function properly. Backend develops user programming languages such as PHP, Python, or Java. They also work on optimizing performance, security, and scalability of web applications. MS SQL Server is a relational database management system developed by Microsoft. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is used to store and retrieve data as requested by other software applications running on the same computer or across a network. ADO.NET is used to create applications that communicate with databases like Oracle or MS SQL Server. It provides access to data sources such as SQL Server databases, XML documents, and more through a set of managed classes in the .NET framework. A module is a self-contained unit of code that performs a specific task or function. It is designed to be reusable and can be integrated with other modules to create a large software system. We have used six modules in this project: entity model, view data, views, repository, and controllers as seen in the slide. Entity model defines the structure of data regardless of how it is stored. It allows a consistent and organized representation of the data across the application. It is used to manage data models for applications using various data sources like databases, XML, or web services. View model is a class used to transfer data from controller to the strongly typed view. It provides a layer of abstraction between the layer and the model, allowing the view to display the data without having to worry about how it is retrieved from the data sources. View data is a form of dictionary that stores data internally in the ASP.NET MVC framework. It is composed of key value pairs where each key must be a string. It is used to pass data between controller and a view. It is used to store small amounts of data that are needed by the view but are not part of the model. Views are responsible for rendering the final HTML makeup that is sent to the browser, providing a way to present data to the user in a clear and concise way. A view is equivalent to a page in a ASP.NET MVC application. Strongly typed views are preferred because they provide safety and they make the code more maintainable and easier to modify. Moving on to repositories, they mediate between the domain and the data mapping layers, providing a way to abstract data access and provide a consistent interference for data operation. It encapsulates the details of data access and decouples the application from the data source. The repository patterns provide the maintainability and testability of the application by isolating the data access code from the business logic. Last but not least, controllers are responsible for managing the flow of an application, including handling user input, calling service, and rendering views, providing a way to separate concerns and improve maintainability of the application. These were the tasks performed on the first week. The first week is from 8th of September to the 15th. Each day we worked 5 hours, and these were the topics covered during those days. First days we went through the basics of C Sharp and .NET framework. Second day we were required to install the softwares Visual Studio 2022 and MS SQL Server Management Studio 19. On the third day we received the old solution codes in Visual Basics. And the next day we worked with a new solution to create a new forms with ASP.NET MVC application. The next day we worked with new solution to create entity model. And the last day of the week, we work with new solutions to create repositories. In the second week, we work with new solutions to create view models for each page, work with new solutions to create view data for each page. We created controller to link pages and generate .cshtml views, work with new solutions to modify front-end pages, created drop-downs, radio buttons, and data grids. On the third week, we received the PMS databases. We worked with SQL queries to generate values for dropdowns, worked with MS SQL Server to run queries for dropdowns, worked with MS SQL Server to run queries for dropdowns and data grids, generated new tables, views, and stored procedures in the databases. Last week, we connected pages using JavaScript, coded for dropdowns and radio buttons and data grids in the .cshtml view. Use HTTP GET method in radio buttons controllers to request data from data grids. Transmitted data using JSON and JavaScript. Built PMS new solutions to run new pages of web application. Built PMS new solution to run new pages and connected pages using JavaScript. The advantages of the web application and the whole project was cross-platform compatibility. Web applications can be accessed on any device with an internal connection, regardless of the operating system or hardware. The second advantage is no installation is required. There is no need to install anything on the user's device, which makes it easily accessible. It is easy to update. It updates centrally on the server, so all users can access the latest version without needing to update their local installations. It can handle a large number of users easily and simultaneously without the need of external help, hence it is scalable. It can be developed using open source technologies, hence reducing the cost of development, hence it is cost effective. But every project has a disadvantages, hence limited functionality. They have limited access to the device's hardware and software, hence reducing the functionality. It depends on internet connectivity, and there will be performance issues when there is network latency and server loading, and the browser compatibility. Not every browser is compatible to the web pages, as some might be not. compatible. Both the web pages are the part of larger supply chain management system of PMS. First, we'll see what dispatch advice is. It allows user to monitor the movement of goods from the provider to the customer. It provides information about the delivery status of the goods and can be used to inform buyers about any problems or delays with shipping. This helps buyer modify their plans according and ensure that goods are delivered on time and in good condition. Dispatch PO is another page which allows user to check that the correct items are being dispatched before sending out goods. It also ensures that providers have received payment or confirmation of payment before dispatching goods. It helps maintain accurate records of transactions related to dispatching goods. These are the screenshots of dispatch advice entity model page. This was the SQL database we received. This was the Excel sheet we received for the database. This is dispatch PO entity model page. This was the SQL database. This was the customer table. In conclusion, using SQL and .NET framework, we gain thorough knowledge of how to create a management system. There's a total of 6 stages of the development system, starting with the entity model and ending with the controller, which is used to construct views that serve as the basis for the front end in HTML and CSS. Because of this, we were able to learn about full stack application and project development. Thank you.